Hello students. In this video we are going to discuss about some of the text exercise question in the chapter hydrocarbons. We have already discussed these topics, so let us discuss some of the questions. Question number 2, that is write the IUPAC name of the following compound. Here some of the structures are given, we have to write the IUPAC naming. So just try these. So first case A1. In this case, whenever it is given in the bracket, I told you better to expand it. So how you expand this one? You can expand in this way. This CH3 twice means you have to write CH3 two times with this carbon. Now when you select here the longest chain, as I told you, once you have made the structure, select the longest chain. This is the longest chain. And because here there is a double bond, so the longest chain must include the double bond. So here which one will be this CH3 will be a substitute because this is a substitute which is not involved in the main chain. So the counting is very straightforward here. That's counting from start with this carbon because the double bond, when it start from here, the double bond will be on the second position. But when you start the counting from here, then also the double bond will be on the second position. So at that time, we have to give preference to the substitute. So that means when you count in this, the main chain, when you start the counting from here, at the time, that is from this side, when you start the counting, the double bond will get a second position and the substitute get the minimum number. So this is the right way of giving the numbering. So now how we name this one? Because the substitute is on the second position, so 2-methyl, and the word root is bute because 4 carbons are there, and the position of double bond, because if there is a double bond we have to use the suffix ene. And what is the position of ene? It is on the second position, so 2 ene, and the word root is bute here, bute dash 2 and before that we have a substitute that is on the second position, so 2-methyl bute 2-ene is the correct IUPAC name. So the next one will be trying. The next one have both the double bond and triple bond. That is the B part. So how we do this one? In this there is no doubt about the longest chain because there is no substitute here. But here there is a confusion regarding the numbering. So the numbering of a double bond and triple bond, preference is for the double bond. But when you count from both the way, in both the way where the sum get minimum, that is the best way to choose here. And so in this way, this is the right position to give number. So first carbon will be this carbon, next second, third, 4 and 5. So here when we use the word root, because 5 carbons, the word root is pent, and here primary suffix because here double bond also there, triple bond also there. So double bond is between first and second carbon, therefore we can name it as 1-ene. Next, that is the 1-pent dash 1-ene, E-N-E, but we are not ending with last E because here there is one more primary suffix are there, so we have to rub this E. And what is that other one here? That is on the third carbon, that you can see on the third carbon there is one triple bond. So what we can name here? Then we can name it as a dash 3-YNE. Now we can end with the E. If again there is any functional group, at the time we have to rub this E and we can write that suffix for the functional group. But here there is no functional group, so we can end this with the E. So that is the name for this compound. The next one, the next C part, in there is 2 double bonds are there. And because it is a bond line structure, better I will expand, write it once again here. Here there is a double bond and here there is a double bond. So when we make the numbering, so this is the first carbon, second, third, fourth. 4 carbons are there. So the word root will be bute, but here there is the two double bonds are there, that is one double bond is here, that is one double bond is here and one double bond is here, that is between 1 and 2, therefore 1 we can use the name here, and between 5 and between 3 and 4, therefore 3 we can use. So what is the name for this one? Buta 1,3-diene. Why we are using the word di here? Because buta is the word root dash, double bond is on the first carbon and even double bond is on the third carbon. So 1, 3 dash and two double bonds are there, therefore we are using di here, and then ene. Ene is the suffix used for the double bond. So what is the name for this one? That is buta 1,3-diene. The next structure, D structure. In this structure there is a double bond also there, and there is one substitute, that is a phenyl group. So here the phenyl group is a substitute. So how we name this one? That is this is the first carbon, because we have to give preference to the double bond. So this is the word root and this one is the substitute. So how we name this one? Numbering should be start from here 1. So bute 1, 2, 3, 4 carbons are in the main chain. So bute is the word root and double bond is on the first carbon. Therefore butene, otherwise you can write but1ene. And what about the substitute? Substitute is the phenyl group. 6,6H5 group is a substitute and that is on the fourth carbon. So this is actually the fourth carbon, this one. So it is on the fourth carbon, so it is written as 4-phenyl but1ene. Next one is the cyclic. It is actually benzene ring that having the functional group OH, that is actually benzene ring along with the OH, then it is called as phenol. What is the name for this one? It is phenol. And there is one CH3 group that is attached on the adjacent carbon to OH. That means here there is one CH3. So CH3 is a methyl group that is on the second carbon, because the functional group is on that carbon is the first carbon. So second carbon, on the second carbon there is a methyl group, therefore it is named as 2-methyl phenol. And after writing the numeric number, when you are writing any alphabet, keep a dash. That is given here 2-methyl phenol. Phenol, C6H5OH is called as phenol. The next one, when you try this one here, because it is given in brackets, better to expand here. So this actually CH2-4. So better you can expand this one like this. If I am writing here, it is CH3. Next is CH2-4. CH2-4 means CH2. We need to write 4 times. So I have written CH2 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4 times I have written CH2. Next what we have CH. Next is the CH, that is what you can see here. And down there is CH2. And next CH. And what we have here, CH3 2 times. CH3 2 times means CH3 here and CH3 here. And what about this side? This side CH2 3 times are there. So we have to write CH2 3 times. And last there is CH3. So this is the expanded form of the F structure. Now you can select the longest chain. So it is now easy for the selecting the longest chain, and you can find it out what will be the substitute. So on this way, here 10 carbon is the main chain. Which is the main chain? This is the main chain and this one will be the substitute. So the substitute was named as methyl propyl. It is a methyl propyl group and which is attached on the fifth carbon. When you count from here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it is attached on the fifth carbon. So 5 bracket, it is necessary to give bracket because you are first naming the substitute, that is on the fifth position. 5 dash bracket 2-methyl propyl. It is a 2-methyl propyl group. And what is the word root? 10 carbon, that is decane. So that is the name it is given here. 2-methyl propyl is the group, and 5 position it's a, so 5 dash bracket 2-methyl propyl decane. And the last one in this case, here there is a double bond that you can see here. There is double bond here, 3 double bonds are there. So we have to use the triene for naming this one. So we'll try this one. So this is the main chain and this one will be the substitute. And when we start the counting, before numbering, just try both the position for numbering, that is from left hand side and right side. From both the side you number it, and the position of double bond, when you make the sum where you get the minimum, that is the right position. And if the sum is same, then you check the substitute where the substitute get minimum position. So when you do this one, so how we name this one? Because here 10 carbon are in the main chain, therefore the word root is dec, and the double bond is between first and second carbon, therefore 1. Between 5 and 6 is there, therefore 5 we are using the number in the name 5. And between 8 and 9 is there, therefore we use the number 8 here. So 158 triene, and here there is a substitute which is on the 4th carbon, therefore 4-ethyl. C2H5 group is an ethyl group. So this is a substitute which is on the 4th carbon, therefore it is named as 4-ethyl. 4-ethyl. And what is the word root? Dec is the word root. And here we can say that there are double bond is at the position 1, 5 and 8. And because 3 double bonds are there, we have to use a triene. Triene word is used. So that is what the name of this compound. So here we have discussed some of the IUPAC name. So use all the rules which should be followed in order to write the IUPAC name. The next question, that is also an in-text exercise question. For the following compound, write the structure, formula and IUPAC name of the all possible isomers having the number of double or triple bond as indicated. So here the molecular formula is given to us, that is C4H8 is the molecular formula given, and the condition is given that it should have one double bond. So when we do this one, how we can do this one? Here, because there is a one double bond and here there is the molecular formula is C4H8. So that means make the possible structure. So first we'll make 4 straight chain and keep the correct number of hydrogen after keeping one of the double bond. First you keep the double bond terminal and keep the hydrogen right in the places according to the valency. And so after trying this structure, count the number of carbon and hydrogen. It should not get vary. It should be C4H8. So that is the one possibility here. So what is the other possibility? The double bond can be at the second carbon. It can be possible the double bond at second carbon. At the time we get 2 possibility, that is 2 geometrical isomerism is possible, that is cis and trans. And one more possibility is there when we branch this compound. That is the straight chain compound is this one, and when we branch this one we get the fourth this one as a structure. So you make the structure and also write the IUPAC name for these. Next is a C5H8. C5H8, and what is the condition given? There should be one triple bond. So C5 means make the 5 carbon. Make the 5 carbon, and because one triple bond should be there. So keep a triple bond between first and second carbon, and rest of the carbon you keep single, and put the right number of hydrogen after the checking valency. Now you can change the position of a triple bond, that is here it is in the first carbon. In the next case you can keep it is in the second carbon. So that is one possibility, and again you can branch this one. So you will be getting the branched isomer like this, third structure. So it is very most important question. Usually the question will be on the isomerism. So try these type of questions. Next, that is also a text exercise question. Write the chemical equation for the combustion reaction of the following hydrocarbons. So here some of the hydrocarbons, its name is given to us. We have to write the combustion reaction. So in this all, what is the common product here? All in these cases, carbon dioxide and water is the product. That is a hydrocarbon. I'm writing in short. On combustion in the presence of oxygen, it is giving rise to carbon dioxide and water as the product. But here, depending upon the number of carbon atom in the hydrocarbon, the stoichiometric coefficient get differ. That you can see here, the stoichiometric coefficient are different in all these cases because the number of carbon in the hydrocarbon is different. So in that case, I told you for the case of alkanes, better to learn the general formula that already I discussed in the video. That is the formula CnH2n plus 2. That is the general formula for alkanes, plus 3n plus 1 divided by 2 O2. That means what is the number of carbon? You have to multiply with 3, that is 3n plus 1 divided by 2. That is the stoichiometric coefficient for oxygen, and that is giving rise to n number of carbon dioxide plus n plus 1 number of water. So when you take the first case is an alkane because it is butane is given, that is an alkane. So what is N? C4H10, that is the butane. What is N when you compare with this? N is equal to 4. So when you solve this one, 3n plus 1, this value you can find it out, 3n plus 1 divided by 2, that is the 3 into 4 plus 1 divided by 2, that is what we are getting, 13 by 2. So that is what it is given here, 13 by 2. So stoichiometric coefficient, when you compare with the general equation and when you solve it, n number of carbon dioxide is getting and n plus 1 number of water. So that is what when we solve it, that general equation, by keeping n is equal to 4, what we get the oxygen number? We are getting 13 by 2. That is how we find out 3n plus 1 by 2 number of oxygen is formed. So what is n here? N is equal to 4, that is 3 into 4 plus 1 divided by 2, that is 12 plus 1, 13. That is what we are getting, 13 by 2 here, number of oxygen. What about the number of carbon dioxide? That is in the general equation, n number of carbon dioxide is formed. So what is n here? Because carbon number is 4. So 4 number of carbon dioxide is formed. That is what it is given in the equation. Next, water. In the general equation, n plus 1 number of water are formed. So n plus 1 means, what is n here? 4. So 4 plus 1 number of water is formed, that is 5 number of water. That is what it is formed in this equation. So better learn the general equation for alkanes, and on the basis of this you can find out the stoichiometric coefficient. So all of you try the others also, but this one is applicable for alkanes only. The next question, that is also an NCERT book text question, that is in the alkane, the formula is given to us. Identify 1 degree, 2 degree and 3 degree carbon atoms and give the number of hydrogen atom bonded to each of the following. So here we have to identify which one is 1 degree, 2 degree and 3 degree. So better you expand it and write it. So when you expand this one, you will be getting the structure on expanding. So you can see here, this whatever it is given in the bracket, you just expand it. that is 1 to this on this carbon, that is on third carbon here. When you count it here on this carbon, 2 CH3 are there. That is what it is written in the bracket here. So write that 2 CH3 here. So that is what it is written here. Next CH2, that is CH2 as it is. CH, this is CH, and here CH3 is 2 times, that is 1 CH3 is here. CH3 2 times means this both CH3 is attached to this carbon. That is what it means. Next, when you expand this one, so what you can see, you can write this structure is this expanded structure. Now, how you can identify 1 degree, 2 degree and 3 degree? As I told you, identify the what carbon. If any carbon which is attached to other carbon, by a single carbon only it is attached, and the other all three are hydrogen, because we know that a carbon should be tetravalent. So this carbon, I am talking about this carbon is attached to 3 hydrogen and with a carbon, and which is further likely it is linked. So what it means that this carbon is attached to single carbon, therefore it is 1 degree. So if I am talking about this carbon letter, it is attached to here, one carbon is there and 2 hydrogens are here. At the case this carbon, because it is attached to 2 carbons, that you can see one here and this is second, it is attached to 2 more carbons, therefore it is will be 2 degree. So that concept you have to follow, that is a particular carbon, it is attached to how many number of carbon, that you have to check, and on the basis of number of carbon you will be getting the degree. So first you take about this case, this carbon, I am talking about this carbon is attached to one more carbon, so that can be called it as this carbon is 1 degree. Next we'll talk about the next carbon, this carbon is attached to, directly attached to how many carbon, like this carbon, this and this, it is directly attached to 3 carbons, so therefore this is 3 degree. Which one? This carbon is 3 degree because it is attached to 3 carbons. So that is this carbon is 3 degree. Now let us check the next, this carbon. This carbon atom is directly attached to only this carbon. So that means this is 1 degree. This is 1 degree. Next one, when we talk about this carbon, I am talking about this carbon. Now this carbon is linked to how many number of carbon, that you can see it is linked to this carbon, this and this. So the carbon which I marked as circle, that carbon is attached to 4 carbons directly, therefore that carbon is 4 degree. So on the basis of the number of carbon it is directly attached, we can say the degree of that particular carbon. So this is the method to find out the degrees of carbon atom. It is given here, so better try for any other example also to find out the degree. So any take branched example of hydrocarbon and just check the degrees. In this it is also asked that to find out the number of hydrogen atom bonded to each one of these. So here when we check the 1 degree carbon here, which one is the 1 degree carbon here? This is 1 degree carbon, this one is 1 degree, this. So better I will mark all the 1 degree carbons. So when you find it out here, all these 1 degree carbon have 3 hydrogen, that is CH3. All these have 3 hydrogen, that is what it is written. So 1 degree carbon have 3 hydrogen. Next we will try for the 2 degree. So 2 degree carbon, this is the 2 degree carbon, you can check, these two are the 2 degree carbon. So 2 degree carbon have how many number of hydrogen, you can check here how many number of hydrogens are there, that is 2 degree carbon CH2, that is 2 hydrogen is there. So 2 hydrogen is present with the 2 degree carbon. So that is the answer. Next 3 degree. When you find it out which one is 3 degree here, identify the 3 degree. This one is the 3 degree carbon. So 3 degree carbon have a single hydrogen. So we can write 3 degree 3-degree carbon have how many number of hydrogen? A single hydrogen is there. And what about the 4-degree? Here there is only one 4-degree carbon, that is this one. So when you find it out here, because 4-degree carbon means it is attached to 4 other carbons. So here carbon is tetravalent and this carbon is attached to 4 other carbons. It is attached to 4 other carbon. So that means it does not have any hydrogen. So we can write 0 hydrogen. It does not have any hydrogen. So that is what it is given written here. 4-degree have no hydrogen. So it is one of the very important concept of degree. So better take any example of branch structure and try in this manner. The next question is that which of the following has the highest boiling point? So in order to give such answers, better expand the structures, the molecular mass we have to compare. The greater number of carbon, greater will be the boiling point. And if the same molecular mass is there at the time, which one is the branch one? They have less boiling point. So when you make the structure of this one and when you compare it, you can see that 2-methyl pentane has the highest boiling point because it has least branch chain. So greater is the branching. If the branching increases, what happened? Boiling point decreases. So when you compare here, if they have same number of carbon and hydrogen, that means if they are the isomers at the time, just check the branching. Greater is the branching, lesser will be the boiling point. So the least branching will be have the highest boiling point. So all of you try this question by making the structures of this and finding out that which one is the most branched one. So in this 2-methyl pentane has highest boiling point because it has least branch structure. So try this question also. So here we have discussed some of the important problems based on the chapter hydrocarbon. So all of you, all these questions and answer, do it in the notebook and make the use of previous videos in order to go through the concepts once again. So this is all about this video. Have a nice day.